Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Well, today I got a special treat when I opened my mailbox. I got some Happy Mail, my Fort Worth Fabric Studio subscription box. Yay! Now I just heard an announcement just today actually in my email that they're changing this box from a monthly to a bi-monthly subscription. And I'm kind of excited about that because sometimes when it's monthly, you get too much stuff. And I can't sew it as fast as it comes. So I'm really actually very excited about that. They actually wrote a nice long email and apologized to people for that in there. But I actually am, like I said, very happy about that because I am piling up with things. And I've been giving away more things lately than I've been keeping because I've got too many things. So I love this box. You guys know that. And so excited that they're changing that and I can keep it going because I was considering canceling. Not because I don't love the box, but just because I'm getting too much stuff. So I like the change that's coming. So this box is the box for the month of May, and then we won't get another box until July. So if you're just finding this now, this is a great box from Fort Worth Fabric Studios. It's their now going to be bi-monthly subscription box. If you want to find out more about the box, I'll link it down below. I'll put it as the first comment in the comments. You can click there and find out all the information, pricing, and everything like that. But I also have opened every single one since they started this box last October. So if you want to see what's been in them, I have not been disappointed yet. So that being said, let's go ahead and get this open. Well, I'm not in my sewing studio right now because my sewing studio is getting a little bit of a reno. It's not going to change much. It's just my husband's moving some stuff around for me right now. So I'm filming this in a different part of my house. So I don't have my camera to look down. So I'll just lift everything up and show it to you. So this is what the inside of the box looks like. Once it's opened, your invoice comes in there right on top, how much you paid for it. And then there's always a paper underneath your invoice that says what's in here. And let's see, it says Ultimate Binding and Edge Finishing Guidebook, the binding tool, Victoria quilt kit with Moda and Shoreline. Ooh, I'm very excited now because I love Shoreline fabric. It's a Camille Ross Kelly fabric. So that's fun. Now this first thing that's right on top, here's what it looks like after I took the papers off. They always put these squigglies in. I'm going to try not to spill them all over the floor in here. The first thing that's on top is the binding tool. Now I've had 2 or 3 of these, so I am definitely not going to use this. The paper is still on it. I'm just going to leave it on it and give it away. I have my own method for doing binding. I don't need this, so I'm happy to pass this on. I really used the binding tool when I was a brand new quilter years ago, and I thought it was a great way to learn how to bind. I don't need it anymore, but I think this is a good tool, but I'll be passing this on for sure. So I'm going to leave that backing on that. And let me try not to get these squigglies all over the place and dump everything else in the process, which is what I started to do here. So let me take all this stuff out of the box and then I'll show you, because I'm actually in my bedroom right now. We have a little small love seat in our bedroom and I don't want all these squigglies all over my bed, all over my bedroom floor. So this is how much are in here, and I dropped a couple on my foot. I'm going to pick up here in a minute so they don't get all over my room. All right, so the couple of things that were in here is the Ultimate Binding and Edge Finishing Guide for Quilting and Sewing. So I'm just going to take a quick peek at this. Okay, this is really nice because it teaches you how to, especially if you're a new quilter, it teaches you how to hand quilt and also teaches you how, or not hand quilt, I'm sorry, hand bind and machine bind. And it teaches you how to cut the pieces and do all kinds of other kind of binding techniques, like this kind of thing where you're not just going around a square or a rectangle, where you're kind of changing your shape a little bit. So that's kind of nice, and shows you how to lay the fabric. So you get a nice mitered corner on those kind of different angles. So very cool. Let's see what else is in here. There's prairie points in here. Rickrack, which not my favorite thing, but somebody out there likes rickrack, I'm sure. I was trying to see if they had because people ask me all the time about flange binding. I was trying to see if there's something about flange binding. There might be, and I just might not be seeing it, but it's a whole big book, which is really nice. So I will put this and this together, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just give this away. So if you would like to have this binding book and the binding tool, put a sentence down below in the comments with the word binding in it, and I will enter you in a giveaway. And then in a couple of days, today is Tuesday, so probably by Thursday of this week, which is the 16th it would be. I don't know what day it is. The 16th of May, I will pull a name randomly from the comments and give this away to one of you. So if you'd like to have this, put the word binding. I just don't need that. I think they're great. I just have been sewing and quilting for a really long time, so I don't feel like I need that. But I would love to share it with one of you because I'm sure one of you will find it useful. And like I said, that binding tool I found very useful when I started quilting. So, or something similar. It wasn't that exact one, but it looked pretty much the same. Okay, now the real star of the show is the Victoria quilt kit. And it's a Villa Rosa design pattern, which if you haven't used a Villa Rosa design, you should find one that you really like the design and try one because they're really simple. They go together really fast usually. This one needs 12 fat quarters with an optional border of 6 inches. So that's another 1.25 yards. And then binding of 5/8 yard. If you do it without the border, the quilt comes out 48 by 64 and it's 59 by 75 if you do it with the border, which they show it without the border. But with the border, it makes it a little bit larger, almost the size of like a twin size bed, and the other one's a throw. So if you put the border, it makes it a little bit bigger. But this is the nice part. Oh, look at the fabric. This is Shoreline from Camille Ross Kelly. I love her fabric. So I'm super, super excited about this. And this fabric kit, if you can see, is a $60 value, $59.96. And this box is $69.96. So we got the value almost in the fabric alone. And then there's a pattern and a book and the binding tools. So definitely paid less for the box than what it's worth. So let's look at these gorgeous fabrics. Oh, love it. Did I say I like Camille Ross Kelly? I love Moda Fabrics in general because they just make really good quality fabrics. And some of their designers I just really like. Camille Ross Kelly's one of my favorites, which is formerly Bonnie and Camille, if you guys know that name. Bonnie retired and Camille kept on. I like Cora Yoder. I like Lola Boutique. They're some of my favorite designers. And there's a few other designers I really like for Moda too. But they never disappoint. Very pretty. Oh my gosh, I love these fabrics. I'm super excited that this was in the box. And I do already have a little bit of this fabric because I have a fabric quilt kit that I bought for myself out of this fabric line because, like I said, one of my favorite designers. This green is so pretty. Such a pretty springy green. I have not made it yet, of course, because it just came. This is a very new fabric line. Floral. Oh, this blue is pretty. Really pretty blue floral toss. Kind of reminds me of a garden trellis, this one. Really pretty. And then a stripe, which I don't know if this is, but it could be binding. Stripes are, oh, I love stripes for binding. So beautiful fabric line. So again, real quick. I'm so excited that we got this. Nice. That one is really pretty. They're all really pretty, but you guys know I'm partial to the blues. There's that. And that one looks like a garden trellis too, the blue. And then a navy. And then the last one here. So, oh my goodness, these are gorgeous. Okay, well, another great Fort Worth Fabric Studio box. I love this box. They hit it out of the park again. So this quilt kit, and then we got the binding book and the binding tool, which again, I'm going to give away to one of you just because I don't need it. And it will just sit in my stuff, honestly. But it's a great book, and the book is a $17 value. And the binding tool, I don't know how much it's worth, but I think these are about $10 to $15. I could be wrong. It might be more even. It can't be less than that because it's pretty strong acrylic. So there you go. So if you would like to have this, don't forget to put a sentence with the word binding down below. And if you would like to check out Fort Worth Fabric Studios subscription box, I'll put a link to that as well. They don't pay me for this. I do purchase this. The opinions are all my own, but oh my goodness, hit it out of the park with Shoreline. So I always tell you guys what my favorite thing in the box is, and of course you're gonna already know it's the fabric today. So hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys really soon. Don't forget, I've got big news this Friday live at 7 p.m. right on my channel, and my friend Shannon of Slay Arts and Steven of The Idiot Quilter are gonna be there because they've got a part in this big news as well. So I hope to see you then. Take care until then. Bye.